What other books are you into right now?
I've just been really into history books. So history was my major when I first got into college.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've always been a big believer in history and
U.S. history or world history?
just specifically U.S. history. But then when I'm finished absorbing all the information I want about it, then I'm gonna get into international relations history.
Oh, okay, okay.
And so I think that's something that really catches my eye when it comes to a lot of events and stuff is history. So right now I'm reading just about the American Revolution and stuff, and then the classical liberal is it's popping up more than usual, which to me is, I mean, really libertarianism is a conservatives. They're really conservative. The classical liberal is a conservative point of view and perspective.
I feel like they can be intertwined because there's like kind of like anything. Like if you were to say even someone that's conservative, that could be a broad spectrum of like, because a lot of people think that like Christians are very conservative, right?
Yeah,
But
that's not true.
that's not true. Like there's also, I guess, radical Christians, and then even then there's different areas of being a Christian that fall into different categories with different views. Like someone that would consider themselves a Christian could vote for, I mean, who was running before Biden or technically Kamala eventually, Kamala and Trump. Christian person that would have been conservative, they could have easily voted for one side or the other one, and it's kind of like a broad. It's like saying like, oh, he's Mexican, or he's black, or he's white, but their ideas are varied, even though they might be the same race.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I see it.
The way I see it too, when it comes down to that, is stereotyping.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say, "Oh, he's a liberal," like these damn liberals, or when someone says something like that, that's a stereotype.
Mm-hmm.
Libertarians are in the middle spectrum. They're conservative, but they have democratic ideas as well. But they believe in small government.
Mm-hmm.
And when people put liberals underneath one spectrum, which a lot of people put them under the far left, I think that really hurts their reputation.
Oh, it definitely does.
And
Because
especially
they bunch everybody in one corner. Like you lean to the left, even if it's like slightly to the left,
oh yeah,
you're pushed
full on
all the
left.
way.
What I found out too is a lot of Democrats, their stances on certain stuff is really shocking.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we look at the abortion topic. It's a really tricky topic to talk about,
Mm-hmm.
especially for Christians.
Mm-hmm.
So some Christians support it, some Christians don't support it,
Mm-hmm.
and then some are just like, well, who am I to make a choice for your life? You're gonna pay in the afterlife and this and that. So,
Right.
I mean, for me personally, I have my own personal beliefs, and it comes from the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
So
Because you're Christian or are you Catholic?
I'm Christian.
You're Christian too? Okay.
Yeah, and then for me, I believe it's I knew you before you were born,
Mm-hmm.
and so to me that's my point of view on it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the even the following verse says like I wove you in your mother's womb. So there is that, like, from what we believe, because I'm Christian as well. I think it's a person upon like connection. I would say connection. Like once there's a connection and there's a process going on, life is being pretty much born. Even if even if it's taking those 9 months, life is happening
Right.
inside
It's
the
like-
woman's body.
It's like a seed.
Mm-hmm.
When you plant a seed, I mean, it's literally just a seed, but then while it's forming, it's growing roots. While it's growing roots, it's becoming bigger, and then eventually, it's gonna pop out and sprout.
Right. Drugs is another thing. I was talking to someone that I knew that at one point was heavily into drugs and then homeless, and he was telling me something interesting. He was saying that he told me, he's like, honestly, every single time I see homeless people nowadays, I know 100% they're out there because they want to. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, I was homeless once. And if you're homeless in California, there's resources, lots of resources. And they'll come and find you. And they'll try to convince you, like, hey, we have like rehabilitation programs, we have housing, we have all this different resources on you to better your life and possibly even get a job and then eventually be able to support yourself. And he said, The only thing is that most locations, they have rules. If you want to stay here, you can't be doing drugs. So most people that go, maybe they want the resource, and then they go there and they're like, well, you can't be starting fights, you can't be drinking, you can't be smoking, you can't be
They have a
doing,
curfew too.
you have a curfew too. And they don't want to do that. So they are homeless, essentially. So they don't want to follow society's rules, and then don't want to follow these resources rules as well, which causes them to be out there on the streets.
Yeah, and I think for me, that's something that the city of Oxnard needs to understand is, I mean, we see a lot of people in the city just keep pushing homeless people to shelters.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a lot of homeless people, and they actually like being homeless. A lot of them do, like, really do like it for some reason or the other. But when you keep pushing, to me, it's more enough forcing it down their throat. Like, yeah, you know you have help. It's like, yeah, leave me alone already.
Mm-hmm.
It's like asking me to convert my religion. In other words,
Mm-hmm.
it's like if I'm comfortable being Christian, if I like being Christian, you keep telling me to. Nothing against Catholics, but if you keep trying to push me to Catholicism, I'm still a Christian, and I believe in Christian values. And while I do respect Catholicism, I'm not switching my religion.
Right,
But
right.
once you do it every single day and start building churches just specifically for me to go to Catholicism, and I don't want to go, and you start buying me stuff out of Christian churches, you use their taxpayer dollars to buy a church, to buy food, to buy this, to buy that for me, and I still don't switch, the taxpayer gets screwed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
It
mean,
definitely does.
we look around Oxnard. I mean, we have all these resources, and we keep giving them more and more and more. And it's not even their money. They're treating it like it's their money, but it's ours.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we should have more of a saying about it. But nobody's speaking up about it. They're all in favor of it because they want to be seen as Mr. Nice Guy. But in reality, why won't you help the people who are low income or mid income? Because all these houses and all these people in Oxnard are suffering.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks to see people. I've seen this in a Walmart where a family was buying food and stuff, and then the kid wanted a generic Kit Kat, which is called wafer chocolate bar, and so the kid couldn't even afford it. The parents said we can't get it because it was too expensive. It's only $1, and that hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought two of I bought two of those knockoff Kit Kats for that kid
Mm-hmm.
because that's the world we live in, and yet if they would be homeless, God forbid, they get their own house. They get a house probably with warm running water, with food, with everything. But what happens to the people who pay their taxes and do everything on time? They get screwed. And it just seems to get more and more crazy. It's like this year we're gonna have a ballot measure, I believe, that's gonna raise our taxes to 0.10%.
Mm-hmm.
And where's that money going to go? To give people raises. And are they doing a good job? That's not for me to say, but that's for the people who are paying for it.
Yeah, I think it's crazy to think that California in itself, it's its own major economy. I mean, there's countries out there that don't have the same GDP as us. Like the fact that there's so much money flowing through California, and then most of that is being taxed by a lot of, like, California has like even one of the higher sales taxes out of a lot of the United States. Obviously, there's other ones like New York and whatnot, but to think that all these resources, all this money is coming over here to help the problem, and it's like one of those things where you could throw as much money to the problem as you want, but it's not going to solve it. And like how you said, you're building these churches for like housing and resources for all these homeless, trying to get them to convert, and they don't want to. And I think what a lot of it is the problems with drugs, and then the other problem is mental illness. Like that's a big thing that needs to be really addressed. Like there's people out there that they're not even in their right mind to make the decisions that they want them to make, and get them into a housing, and then get them healthcare, and get them all these resources. They're not mentally there to be able to do that. And I know that back in the day when Ronald Reagan, he kind of like dismantled all those insane asylums. I'm part of like the few people that agree. Like maybe we need to start bringing that back. Maybe we
And
start bringing those options
I've been
back.
getting a lot of people asking me about that too, because a lot of people do agree, especially now in this era of California, that maybe we do need to bring them back. And a lot of people don't know, but they're not really as bad as people made them seem.
Hmm.
When Channel Islands University was Camarillo's mental asylum, a lot of the residents there are actually like janitors and stuff.
Hmm.
Not there, but like in other campuses. I talked with them. I said, "So how bad was it?" Like, well, it wasn't really that bad. We had a grass area. They would have fun. Sometimes we'd just be catching them running across the fields, but they were mostly harmless. I said mostly. They're like, yeah, but the bad ones, like crazy bad, they would just be kept in a room and let us out with shackles, I think it is. But it wasn't as bad as people made it seem, and as mean as it sounds, I think a lot of people, and myself included, think that we might need to bring them back.
Yeah.
And I'm just speaking from people's perspectives that I've talked to in the city of Oxnard. A lot of people think it's good because, like you know, and I'm pretty sure everyone watching knows that I'm a commissioner,
Hmm.
and so I get phone calls sometimes because I give my business cards out to everybody, which is not a good thing because not everybody has my number, but I get phone calls telling me, well, we got homeless people defecating in front of a Little League park.
Oh.
And our kids were there this morning and they just see a homeless man defecating. And I get another call the next week. Well, we saw a homeless man walking and his pants fall and he shows himself in front of kids. Now, I hate to be that person that says, I can't do anything about it.
Hmm.
California laws prevent me. City laws prevent me. You could call the police, but at the end of the day, he's probably going to end up back in the park.
Yeah.
And so that's something that I'm trying to push for, but I've been getting pushback from a lot of people for that inside the city. So, well, inside the city, as in people who don't like me. They just don't. They don't see me as a good representative for District 3, even though they've never lived there in their life, but they believe that somebody who is more older and more experienced should be a representative.
I think that's kind of foolish to think that someone that doesn't that lives there, that can experience the city in itself, not have the experience to be able to be in a position like that. That doesn't make sense, because you need like boots on the ground. You need people to really be able to, like how you do it. You give business cards to a lot of different people, and the fact that people are reaching out to you and telling you all these situations, the person that they think should be in that position probably wouldn't have given out his number that much, probably doesn't even live in the city, probably doesn't really, he's just more of a poster boy for the position than the actual person that they need, which is you.
Yeah, and I think myself, I mean, I haven't done as much as I would like to see because seeing it from an outside perspective and then being inside the body of the commission is totally two different things.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as I got appointed, I wanted to start doing work for the county
Mm-hmm.
or the city, I mean. So one thing I did is I talked with the council member who appointed me, the other council members, and as well as the mayor. So we've talked about some stuff that we would like to see, and then one thing that I really wanted to see is soap dispensers at our parks. Now,
Oh.
I myself was furious that there was no soap dispensers at Colonia Park and Thompson Park, I believe. And so for me, I took it as a blow to my own community
Mm-hmm.
because majority there are Hispanic and majority there are lower income. And so I was like, what the hell is this about? Why do we not have soap dispensers and toilet paper? And somebody said no feminine products. A woman told me that. Why don't we have feminine products in our restrooms? And so I was pushing for that, and we got everything that I asked for, and I want to make sure that we get those at all of our parks.
Oh, that's good. That's
So
good. Yeah.
that's
Because
what were you gonna say?
oh no, keep going.
So that's something that I pushed for, and then the chairman of a neighborhood council of Colonia, he's a good guy, Daniel Alvarez. he contacts me for some stuff like, hey, Commissioner Velasquez, our what is it called? Oh shoot, it's in my head. Our water fountain for kids to drink is not working, or hey, the sign's falling apart, talking about the park,
Hmm.
or hey, the bleachers. And so he lets me know all about this, and then I write emails, and then I make a request, and then I'm the one who usually works with Brandon Lopez, who is the director of parks, and Steve Hallett, who is the assistant director of public works, and then we all work just to get stuff going that I would have in recommendation or stuff that needs to be fixed. And then I try to go to neighborhood council meetings, but the things are the dates are so bad for me because I have so many different things going on those days, and the timing as well. But I make sure to send emails out to people and messages like, hey, we're working on this, or hey, we're working on that. The big one for me though was the speed bumps,
Oh,
or not
okay.
speed bumps, the potholes. So people made requests in 311, and then they never got back to them. I guess they didn't do their request right, allegedly. But I emailed Public Works and said, hey, there's these bad speed bumps in Colonia Road or the Colonia alleys that need to be fixed. People have been complaining about them for 2 years,
Wow.
and so somebody contacted me, and then they're like, yeah, we need to get these done as soon as possible. And I said, okay. They're like, yeah, I'm pretty sure you don't know because you don't live in the neighborhood. I was like, I used to work for the city. I used to go through the alleys a lot. I know how bad these potholes are.
Right.
And so what I did is I made a request, kept asking, made phone calls, and 2 days later they were filled. And so a lot of people were happy.
Nice.
A lot of people were mad. Like,
Really?
oh, we should recall you and this and that. And then somebody got to my defense in the comments, and they said, what took a council member 3 years took a new council member to appoint a commissioner 1 year into his term. And so to me, that was really heartwarming because I'm glad that I got to be the person to take initiative and to just fill this up.
Yeah.
Literally fill it up.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's the whole point though. Like you're solving problems that people are having in an area that you're in charge of. And the fact that there's people out there that are like trying to claim that you're not doing your job or that they want to recall you, or the fact that it took twice as long for someone else to do it and it took you just the initiative and then also going through the right channels to get it done, like with Public Works. And then I think you said the director of the parks, right?
Yeah, director.
That's the channels that you normally have to go through for some type of change that needs to be done.
Yes. There's a lot of other stuff that I want to see done as well, but I don't think I could talk about any of those things. But I'm
Future
trying
projects.
future projects. But it's like I think next week we're having the groundbreaking for Campus Park, which I'm very thrilled to be attending, and it's gonna be you know where Campus Park is, right?
Um, no. Which
So
one's Campus Park?
so Campus Park is gonna be built right behind the PAL,
Oh, okay, okay.
you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, okay.
across the street from the church where there's a little dog park. Campus Park is gonna be on that lot.
Oh, okay.
So
Nice.
I was thrilled to attend, going to attend that, and as well as attending the groundbreaking ceremony for
Del Sol?
Del Sol's skate
Yeah.
park.
That one I did see a lot of things going, like they're already taking action. The fact that they remodeled Del Sol a while back and it looks great. But then there's that eyesore of the projects that it's just an empty lot. And then at least they're taking the advantage of putting in that skate park. Like
Right.
you could see the change that is happening throughout Oxnard. And there is a lot of change that's happening throughout Oxnard. But it takes people like you. It takes people like the mayor. It takes just the influence of different people promoting it and supporting it and doing what they can to help you guys out.
Right, and I mean, we see how Luis is handling, or Mayor MacArthur is handling a lot of the city. I mean, he's doing, in my opinion, he's doing a pretty good job. I mean, he's trying to do a lot, get a lot accomplished. But I mean, he's told me several occasions. He said, "Hey, well, there's a lot I want to do, but there's just so much process that I have to go behind in order to get stuff done.
Right,
And
right.
he has a lot of visions for the city that I think a lot of not just officials but people would love to see.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see some initiatives he's already taken stances on, which I appreciate. And I tell him too. I said, Luis, like I feel so bad for you. Your first term, you have the biggest ice rate of Ventura County, and then you get hit by the fires. Then after that, you get hit like with everything.
Mm-hmm.
But he's still standing strong.
No,
And,
he definitely is.
yeah, I really look forward to speaking with him again soon. I haven't spoke to him since yesterday, I think, or the day before.
He's probably going to be at the ceremony as well for the park, right? For the skate park?
Yes, he should be. Well, he was at the skate park ceremony. Campus park.
Campus park, right, right. Yeah. Are they completely done with the skate park?
Oh no. They
They just did the groundwork, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So they're gonna start building. I think in a couple months.
When's the projected like timeline for that?
I think 27.
Oh, so rather quickly.
Summer of
Yeah.
27, I believe. I don't know. I saw a little bit of it. I've just been so busy with other stuff too. School hasn't been. I have a couple papers due last week.
How's school going?
It's going good. Just been busy with college. I mean, 3.5 week class. What are they called? Classes.
Units?
Units.
Oh, the units?
Not
yeah.
units.
Oh, no, not the units?
Not the units. I'll just say classes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're moving pretty quick.
Oh, 3 individual classes. That's what you mean.
Oh no, it's a 3-week class.
What's a 3-week class?
So the whole class is structured up to 3 weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That seems kind of short, no?
Yeah, a lot of work though.
Oh, okay. So you're like, I guess, reducing the time but increasing the work to try to knock out that class.
Yeah.
Those, yeah. I remember there was because you know how like what is it in college? At least when I was going, there was like semesters that you'd go and it'd be like a solid, I don't know, a couple months,
Yeah.
and then they had the option to do a shorter version, which was like 6 weeks or something like that. And even then, it's like you're just blasting through all the materials trying to get it done as fast as possible. But I didn't know that they started doing the 3-week thing. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, so I was doing that 3-week thing, and then also a 6-week in statistics. I can't learn statistics in 3 weeks or 6 weeks.
My goodness,
I had-
statistics in 3 weeks
6 weeks.
in 6 weeks.
Yeah, there was no way I was gonna do that. So I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna drop this class."
Yeah,
I told the professor. He's like, "Yeah, like I think it's good for you to drop it." Like, no offense, but like,
that would be. I feel like that would be a lot of work to try to get something like that done, and on top of all your regular responsibilities, helping people out, and then other schoolwork. Like if it was just that one individual class, I'd be like, okay, yeah, that's. I mean, it's gonna be a lot of work, but it's manageable.
yeah. But then like when you're reading about anthropology and then you jump into a video about statistics and learning about like the percentages or SRS or sample studies,
Right.
your brain gets a little confused and fried.
No, it definitely does. Definitely does. I'm trying to see if I can get him in. I think he got in. Yeah. So for a lot of the guests that don't know, we have Commissioner Abel, and we also have the newest commissioner, Commissioner Alejandro Castro.
Oh, what's up,
man? How you been, bro?
Good, yourself?
Good to see you, my friend. Did the door lock on itself?
I locked it for you.
Oh, you locked it? Okay, perfect. Yeah, it's because I was trying to I saw your text and I'm like, let me unlock it right now. Okay, finally unlocked it.
No, you're good. Yeah, I was able to lock it.
Awesome. Yeah, we were talking about you.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, we were talking about the park, Del Sol, and yeah, just if you want to flip it backwards again.
I would.
Yeah, and then tilt it towards you, and then just hold it like a fist away. You should be good.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. If you want, you can even put it on top of this. I know the guys normally put it right on top of that, and it's easier.
Oh yeah, we'll do it here.
Yeah.
There we go.
We were talking about the skate park at Del Sol, how they were pretty much they're pretty much already starting the groundwork for it, and it's I guess going to be done in 2027, right?
That's the projected time, I believe.
Gotcha. So now that we have both commissioners here, which is awesome to have both you guys here, I wanted to ask, because obviously we've had new fans on the podcast, and we had obviously Commissioner Abel, and we did an episode with you, but I feel like the new people need to know what a commissioner is, and how would you guys describe what a commissioner is in your guys' own view?
I'll let the new guy do it.
I think that's all you. You've been on the commission longer than I have.
Can't believe it's already been a year. And then I told them, like, yeah, it's already a year. Wow, congrats. I said, yeah, my birthday's in one of the meetings. Really? How old are you going to be? 20. They're like, oh, what? So that's going to be fun. But to me, I think the commission is a body. They don't say legislating body, even though I believe to some extent recommendations are legislative. What do you think? Do you think that?
I think they were explaining the rules to us a couple of months ago. I feel like they considered us a legislative body.
You see, they do, but it's recommendation.
Mm-hmm.
So what we do is we propose recommendations. Like I don't agree, but I think that this park should have more lights.
Mm-hmm.
So we would vote on something like that. If it gets passed, it would have to get reviewed by Public Works, or Public Works reviews it beforehand. If we passed it, then it gets sent to City Council. City Council reviews it, and they either pass it or they'll say kill the bill before it passes. So during their City Council meeting agendas, that they would review our stuff. So it's more of a not oversight. It's a legion board. I would say legion board, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So we serve as for the city council, before city council, and for the people and Public Works, and not Public Works, city employees.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like a legion between those two.
Okay. And how do you feel like what is a commissioner for you, like personally? Like,
I think it's serving a cause greater than self. I think it's giving people an opportunity to advise and give people the opportunity to serve in a different area before council if they ever want to serve in council. It's a good way to get a foot in the door and get to work in the sector of public policy and public legislation.
mm-hmm.
So it's a good way to get that experience and learning how the city works from an inside perspective, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay. Alejandro?
Well, I would say, for the commissioners, being a commissioner, I feel like it's being a civil servant. That's what we're here to do. We're here to serve the community. More on my side, my commission is the community relationship. So we focus more on our relationship with the community, any community events. And so I've been on it since January. So it's been 6 months. I have no experience compared to this guy, but from what I've seen and what's expected of me and my commission is that we're there to serve the people. Anything that they have a problem with, maybe with an event or with the council, they bring it to us, and it's our job to take it to the council for any complaints, any problems the citizens of Oxnard have. So I see our commission just as being there to serve the people. I'm not here to serve myself. I'm not here to gain power. For any of the commissions, they're all on a volunteer basis, and so I believe that we're all just here to serve the community of Oxnard.
Mm-hmm. How do you guys feel that that's a non-paid position?
Well, for me, I mean, I think about it from a perspective of I believe it was not John Locke, but it's from during the 1700s, where it's talking about politics. So this actually changed my perspective on politics. Politics was never meant to be a stepping stool. So you serve on one board, then go to another board, and then go climb up.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it was never meant to be like that. And to me, it's serving a cause greater than self. It's serving civil service.
Mm-hmm.
And so for a lot of people like myself, I believe I do it for serving the community. I don't believe I deserve a paycheck for that. I believe it's all in the gratitude of giving back.
Right. Do you guys think that in the future, let's say there was funds for it, that a commissioner should be paid? Or do you think? I mean, obviously, you kind of answered it, and it's more towards Alejandro. Do you think, based off of these new responsibilities that you have, even though it's a short period of time that you've done it, do you believe that this is something that if the city had the funds for it, it should be a paid, or it should just be based off of just volunteer?
I think the volunteer part of it is what makes it like the commission so unique and amazing. Because let's say we were paid like no matter even if it's minimum wage, then for many people it would be like I want to serve on the commission, like not to serve, not for any of that, just to get a paycheck. And so I believe by like making it a volunteer like basis, and so having it like a process to even volunteer, you have to apply, you have to get recommended, then the council has to approve of it, and then you're allowed to volunteer. So I believe like that whole making it a volunteer opportunity, it I would say gives it more meaning in a way when someone wants to volunteer for it, because then they're not doing it for money, they're not doing it for anything else, they're doing it because they want to serve
Out of the goodness of their own heart.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's definitely commendable. And I never knew the actual process of it. So would you guys say that it's difficult to get into a position like that, since it's like I think you said that they have to not only after you apply, they have to approve your application and then they put it to a vote, or how does it work?
I'll let him go first.
I think mine was a more like a unique different case. I don't know how your process went, but my process, I talked my uncle, a former commissioner, Adam Lopez. He served on the community relationships commission as well before I did. I think he went like 7 years, I think.
Yeah, 7.
And I got into contact with him because I'm studying political science in Cal State Channel Islands.
Okay.
And I was like, I want to see if I could get connected with like the city, maybe like in some sort of position where I can start gaining experience. And he was like, join the commission. And so he got me an application. I filled it in, and then I sent it in, and then mine, because of the way the commissions work, it's 7 chairs, I believe. 6 of them are for the 6 districts of Oxnard, or like the sectors, and then there's a 7th one that's like the overall. So that one just focuses on like not really focusing on one; they focus on all of them.
Gotcha.
And that's the one that was open for the CRC, the community relationships, and so that's the one I got selected for. And I think I waited like 3 days for mine to get approved. The mayor was the one who looked at my application, and he was the one who pushed it forward to be reviewed for the council.
Okay.
And that was because my uncle got into contact with him, and he was like, if you're looking for another chair, like, my nephew, he's looking to, serve on one of the commissions, and I feel like he'd be a great pick. So he looked at it, he approved it, and then it went to the council, and then the council, they looked at it, and they have to vote on it, whether or not they let the selected people become commissioners. And in my meeting, I think it was January 6th, I think my meeting was, they approved me.
Okay. And was it a little bit different for you?
Yeah, 5 months different.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so fast forward, I applied the first time on my 18th birthday, and that one got denied quick. And then so there was a new council, and then I was talking with them, just seeing if any of them would be willing to appoint me. And then I called a couple council members, and I was asking them like, hey, would you be willing to appoint me? Nope, sorry. Hey, would you be willing to? It was different because I was the first. Before him, I was the first 18-year-old applying.
Really?
And so some people took me serious, some people didn't. I called a friend that I helped. Yeah, no, sorry. They didn't appoint anybody for a while. But a funny thing is, so I got in contact with Councilmember Starr, and then I asked him, hey, Aaron. I didn't say Aaron, so I said, hey, Starr, Mr. Starr, I want to be appointed by you to serve as your Parks and Recreation Commissioner. He said, okay, what experience you got? I said, well, I worked for the city for 7 years and gave him a 30-minute lecture. He said, okay, I'll keep you in consideration. It just hangs up the phone. So I was like, He calls me 2 days later. He said, well, I'm going to appoint you. And that was like the biggest shake of my life. I'm like, wow, getting appointed. And then he said, yeah, just be ready. You should be going through a process soon, and then this and that. And so I went through my process. It was a long process, but for me, I worked for the city, so I would have to resign from my job because it would be a conflict of interest.
Right.
And so that's where the part for me where it comes volunteer. I mean, I'm in all support. And so when I resigned the day of my meeting, which was April 15th, 2025, and I decided to just to make sure that I make residents proud. And so I met with every council member or mayor pro tem and the mayor to see what they would want me to do as a Parks and Recreation commissioner, and what would they expect, and what would they do if they were in my shoes. Mayor pro tem Tehran gave me some good advice. He said, even though you represent this district, you still represent the city of Oxnard. So you have to represent all of Oxnard. So you got to make sure there's an issue going on in District 4, you go to District 4 and see what that issue is. There's this issue in District 5, go there. But even though you're District 3, you still got to represent. And
Right.
council member Starr was giving me some advice as well. He said, well, remember, this is something that's bigger than self, and you're doing this out of the kindness of your heart. And even though sometimes you might have ups and downs, this isn't about just you. It's about the community, and you're representing your community. You're representing District 3 in a whole different level. And so even though there's more commissioners, you're the one who's appointed to Parks and Rec. And so to me, I mean, these conversations, I was digesting everything. So I went to my first meeting with a bunch of notes. Yeah, I didn't eat them after all. I didn't eat them. I was writing stuff down too during the meeting. But I think I got used to it, and that was my first meeting ever. So getting sworn in 15 minutes before my meeting, and then it was an experience, really good. So
And you were, I think, the youngest, right? The youngest commissioner
yes,
that the city's ever really had. Because you were, how old were you right when you got assigned?
I was 18 and 5 months, I think.
Oh, okay. So that's pretty good. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
it's really impressive to think that most likely all these volunteer positions were probably held by older, more experienced individuals.
Oh yeah, I'm like 3 times younger than the second youngest person on the board.
So how many commissioners is there in the city of Oxnard?
I would let him answer. Let's see if he knows.
I don't know that off the top of my head.
He doesn't know. Wow.
Well, you're going to learn today.
I know mine. I know
You're
mine.
like, there's 2 for sure.
So there's planning, there's cultural arts, there's senior, there's also what's the name of the other one? The Homeless Commission, which I think they're going to be decommissioned soon.
Oh.
There's also
Like they're getting rid of the
yes,
commission
I believe
completely?
so.
Oh, okay.
I thought you meant total commissioners. I thought I did.
Oh, total
I
commissioners.
thought commissioners. I heard commissioners.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if it's
that
titles
way-
or just
That way,
individual.
I'm going to get into detail. There's 7 planning commissioners. There's 7 Parks and Rec commissioners. I believe there's 7 of you guys
Yeah.
too. I believe there's 5 senior services commissioners. There was 2 commissioners for the Homeless Commission, which is why they're dismantling it.
Well, okay.
There's also Measure O, which is still a CAG. So that one's 7. There's also, which one am I missing? Cultural Arts, which has 7 members as well.
Oh, okay.
And those are the ones I know at the top of my head.
Right. So there's a good amount of commissioners out there that are volunteering, all of them pretty much volunteering
say
for
like
the position.
49 of them. 49.
But most likely you two are probably the youngest out of the entire groups.
Yep. They were the only Gen Zs there.
Yeah, because how old are you and how old are you, Alejandro?
I'm 19.
19.
19.
19. So there you go. I mean, I almost want to ask, like, what influenced both of you guys to do this? Because if you were to tell me at 19, go become a commissioner, I would have been like, what? I don't even know what that is. So the fact that you guys are, I have like so many questions for you guys right now, but the fact that you guys are at your age right now, and what influenced you guys to even pursue something like this? I know you gave a little bit of context because of what you were studying, and I guess a little bit of the influence might have been Adam, but what was the full-on influence? Why even pursue something that's non-paying, more responsibility, in an area where it's someone that's way older than you probably held the position before? What influenced you guys?
For me, I just see a bunch of stuff going on in the neighborhoods, like like soap dispensers, which was a big one because I was talking with somebody and they're like, yeah, there's no soap dispensers at our park. What if a kid uses the restroom and needs to wash his hands? There's no soap. What if a kid gets injured, cuts his leg, has to wipe it off? He can't disinfect it because there's no soap. So that was one of the things. And another thing is, I just wanted to see what takes the city so long to do simple tasks to the point where it's like, you know what? Nobody's going to take the initiative, then I just jump in. And so that's kind of what got me into that. And then I personally didn't see myself becoming a commissioner in high school. I don't think you did either. But well, for me, I was more of just serving a cause greater than self, and just serving it from a perspective where I don't get paid, just out of the kindness and the love of my heart to do it and community. That's when I found out about the commission, and I was wondering like this could be a good gig to help people out and to just to get the experience and talking with people and seeing what I could do to change stuff. And a friend of mine, I talked with him too. His name is Robert Bias. He's in his late 80s, and I'm not sure if you know, but the school at Pacifica, the auditorium's named after him.
Oh, okay.
He did a lot for the community, and one thing that he's famous for is he's the one who brought the mariachis to the high schools.
Oh, okay.
And so he's the one that brought them, and they're still there today because of him. And so I told him about it. I said, yeah, like I want to do stuff. It's like you could try to host sports at parks. You could do tennis rivalries, but like friendly
Tournaments almost?
tournaments, yes.
Yeah.
And so I was talking to him about that. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to apply for this. And I mean, there was no better person to get advice from than from someone who's had that experience and served in the 80s, early 90s. And so I talked with him, and he actually convinced me to do it. So I have to thank him. And I see myself as a successor to him in a way.
Okay.
Because the stuff he's done for me was really conversations that would never be recorded or never taken photos of, but conversations that happen in a restaurant to me are the most memorable that stuck with me. And so I think that's what got me convinced.
So he was a big influence.
Big influence. He's still around.
That's good. That's good. I didn't know that he was named after the stadium was dedicated to him in a way for the Pacifica.
Oh yeah, and I never thought I would have met him. I honestly thought that it was named after someone who died like 100 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But no, and then sure enough, I meet him, and then he's
Pacifica was open like in 2002, right?
yeah.
I think? Yeah. But yeah, some of those plaques, it's like you would assume, yeah, back in like the early 20s or something like that, that's when whoever gave or volunteered or dedicated the plaques were for.
Yeah, exactly. But I didn't see myself in high school meeting him.
Right, yeah.
So it was an honor.
Yeah. Alejandro?
Dang, you're so noble, man. I want to be like you when I grow up, bro. So for me, it kind of started in it was the end of my junior year, going into the summer of my senior year.
Mm-hmm.
And I got selected to go on to represent Rio Mesa with my high school at California Boys and Girls State. And so California Boys and Girls State, it's a program that it's that is held by the, I'm gonna forget this. It's the I believe the state holds it, and they select different schools to send representatives, typically being like the most well-rounded being like grades and attitude student from junior year.
Mm-hmm.
And they will go to Sacramento and represent their school, and it kind of like a mock state, kind of like, I would say like experiment, but it's kind of like a program.
Okay.
So basically, students who get selected, they'll go to Sacramento and they'll play mock state. So there'll be cities, there'll be counties, and then there'll be the state government. And so it's like a mock government in a way. So you have the city governments, you have the county governments, and you have the state government. And it's kind of like a competition. You get to select which one you want to run for. You can run for the city, you can run for the county, or you can run for the state. And so basically they teach those students who go about how local government works, how government works in your city, how government works in your county, how government works for the state of California, and is there to basically kind of prepare us and also like expose us to like the truths of like politics in our local government. And so I got selected to go, and I was so I went and I enjoyed it. I loved it. I ended up running for city council and was selected. And I should have brought my name tag. I love my name tag. They gave me a late tag. It was like Alejandro Castro, City of Beard. My city was named Beard. City of Beard,
like a beard?
councilman. Yeah, Beard.
Oh, okay.
And so there they I chose like one of the smallest ones. So like there wasn't that much because basically we get to run it fully, and so it runs like a normal state would. So like in the cities they get to run themselves, make their own laws, make their own buildings, like stuff like that. Then the county gets to do it and the state gets to do it. And so in the city level I got to we made laws, we founded like police stations, fire stations, schools, restaurants, prisons, like stuff like that. We had to basically try to run our own little mini city,
Right.
and we were given civilians as well to live, citizens to live in our city as well.
Okay.
And so there, because I became a councilman, I had to attend extra programs and extra little like lectures and stuff like that because of that. And so I was exposed to like the politics that happens within a city. And so I came back, having that knowledge, and I was like, that was pretty cool, being able to like to serve in a city. And that thought just remained in me. Went to college with a different career in mind, and then I decided I want to switch out, and my second up was politics because of what the influence I had. And so because of that, I was like, maybe there's somewhere where I can gain experience, to help me in the future with like maybe politics or working with the city, the county, or the state, or something like that. And I knew my uncle, he MCs like every single event that happens in the city of Oxnard. He just did one last night. And I was like, let me ask my uncle to see if, maybe he knows of any opportunities that I could apply for or, try out to gain some experience. So I got into contact with him, and he was like, you should join the commission. And it's not just any commission, join the CRC. That's the commission I did. And, he talked to me a little bit of what the CRC does, and it really did interest me in serving with the CRC. Coming back from California Boys and Girls State, it kind of opened up my mind to basically politics here in Oxnard. And one of the things I noticed is that, there's not really that many young people active or like interested in the politics we have here in the city.
Right.
Which I feel, is something that is a problem. And we are, we're Gen Z, we're the generations that's eventually going to lead Oxnard, and we're going to be here in Oxnard. And, I would like, just being me, like I would like to raise up a beautiful city that, I can raise my family in, and, raise a city that other people would be able to enjoy. And so, but we don't see much of that. We see just city plans for things that the older generation wants, because mainly it's a lot of older people, more experienced people as well, who are serving in the city council, the commissions, within the city, and they're focusing on what they want, but not really focusing where the voice of the young people isn't really getting heard. And so that's where I wanted to focus on trying to help like young people get their voices heard. And I felt the CRC would help me do that the best. We focus on community events, community awards, anything that involves the community we're involved with. And I felt like that would be the best opportunity to be able to give the young people a voice. Start holding events that young people would like to hold. Start involving more young people in like the events that the city of Oxnard holds. The biggest one that we do is the Multicultural Festival in late in the year. And I want more young people to be involved, and so that's what pushed me to apply for the commission, and I managed to get into it.
Oh, that's good. Do you guys also see this as like obviously we don't want to say it that way, but like a stepping stone for something further in politics, or at least Oxnard's politics? Like, would you guys move from this position to, I don't know, what would be the next step up? Because I know that you guys said that you guys answer to the council, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So could this be like a stepping stone to a position there if it were ever to open up? And this is city council, right?
Right.
Right.
I think you had, what we were talking about earlier, like what you wanted to do. I think that'd be a good.
Oh, no. You can answer
Nah.
first.
Well, I do want to serve with the council as long as I can. I believe I'm in until December 31st, 2028. I believe that's when when my term is over.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, I'm gonna be in my senior year of college, so we'll see what we'll do then. But I'm hoping to, eventually, move up. If, I'm called to maybe serve again with the commission, I'll gladly serve again with the commission. But if I feel like a pull to be like, hey, maybe we should get a position with the city or move up, try to apply to be on the council, I feel like that, for me, that would be the next step.
Okay. What about you?
I mean, I have thought about a future consideration, but at the end of the day, I mean, if the people want me to do it, then I would do it. But at the moment, I have no aspirations to run for anything else.
Okay. Is that just because that is just more work, or is it just because you have different aspirations for something else?
I just see it more right now as I'm kind of doing my own thing with the commission,
Mm-hmm.
and I think after my term's up, maybe I'll consider it, depending if the weather's right, and if the people ask me to do it, and if I'm having good talks with people, and if it just keeps coming up, and if it's a sign, then I would do it. But at the moment, I think I'm doing my thing as a commissioner, and I like it. To me, it's not about the pay. It's about serving the community.
Right.
And just like what Alejandro said is getting more young people involved, and making a future that it's not good just for my kids, but for their kids.
Right.
And even if it gets done, let's say after my time's up, at least I put the groundwork and the foundation to the point where people know where to start to put down the blueprints. And God willing, we have money by then. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I would run, just not. It's not in my mind yet.
Gotcha. Kind of diving into like what recently happened with your new position.
Oh.
I kind of want to like talk about that a little bit too, and if you could explain what it is.
Mr. Student Trustee, man.
Yeah, as a trustee.
Oh yeah. So I just got elected about what was it, in April? So April, there was an election where I won the election by they told me one vote. And so two candidates dropped out of the race, and so they had a special election where I won again, not by one vote, but I won. I asked about the numbers, and they said, "Well, you did decent." I said, "What does that mean?" And they said, "Well, you were the clear winner." And I was like, "Okay,
That's not decent. That's really good.
okay, so that works, I guess." And so, I mean, throughout my campaign, I mean, I found a loophole for myself was because I was worried that I had to file an FPPC, so that's for the state knowing that you're running, and so everybody has to, if they donate, they have to put their name down, and that you have an FPPC number that you have to write the number to, or the money to. But I said, do I have to file one of these to run for this position? No. Oh, so I could just raise as much money as I want, so I don't have to spend my own money on my campaign. Yeah. Shouldn't have told me that. So I made a couple phone calls, and then the next day we had around 100 prints printed out. They were the next day after that. They were all over the campuses. We got merchandise made. We had stickers, and then we had what was it? Pins. We had we were gonna make hats, but it was too last second. But yeah, we had merchandise everywhere. A lot of the money went towards gas because it was two vehicles, so it was myself and one, and then my campaign person on the other one. Can't say their name because they want to stay politically neutral.
Gotcha.
But we could only imagine. But yeah, we went to all three campuses on the span of 2 weeks, and it was tiring. It was really tiring. I mean, we probably spent around $1,500 going back and forth, and then merchandise gets vandalized, and so I had to report that. And so I think throughout my campaign, over $70-$80 worth of posters got stolen, ripped, torn. I found my face on the floor. It was funny. I found it on the floor. And then I was with my friend. I said, "Who put this cute guy on the floor?" And so I'd say it was a challenge, but of course I carried through. Every time I did a campaign event, I prayed the armor of God, because I don't know if people would wish bad upon me or my staff. So I'd say that we did good, and then we won. And as soon as I won, I started getting to work. Even though I was elect, they call it, because student trustee elect doesn't get a student trustee title until they get a sworn in.
Right.
So I was doing a bunch of work, setting groundwork for collaborations and stuff. So they were like, "Okay, yeah, we would love to do this. Who are you again?" I was like, "Oh, I'm this new student trustee." So the first day I get sworn in, boom, everyone gets emails from me, just floating everywhere. Like, "Oh, I want to work on this. I want to work on that. I want to work." And I think I'm doing a good job if the chancellor's office is telling me to slow down. And so I've been speaking a lot of English and Spanish, which is good. I have to work on my Spanish a little bit more, because while I do speak Spanish, I don't personally like to speak it out loud. But yeah, I represent over 30,000 students on the board, and so I'm a voice for them. And fast forward, or go back to the conversation when it comes back to let's say the LGBT or the abortion topics and stuff.
Right.
Myself, I have my own personal opinions, but on that board, I have to represent all 30,000 students.
Right.
And so I think it's only fair for me to speak for the majority of students on that board.
Mm-hmm.
While giving my own opinion, I think it's important that I represent everyone who's elected me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think from that standpoint, it's about just getting what the students want done. And that's what I ran on, is I'm going to run as someone who's going to be your voice and champion for you. And so my promises were to make more stuff more affordable for students, and just to find ways that we could find funding any way, or grants or anything of the sort. And so one thing that I push for, is in the works now, is lower cost gym membership across the county.
Oh, okay.
So instead of paying $15, they're going to pay $9.99, and they get access to a buddy pass where they could bring a friend, and it's going to be for all students across the college district. But I want to do it for the county.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
And the way I see it too is some students have abusive households. We don't know how many in this county. I mean, there's let alone 30,000 college students.
Mm-hmm.
What if they can't come to a house? What if they don't have a house? What if they need a shower and they have no place to shower?
Right.
That's where the gym membership comes in for $10 a month, where they could go in there, they could shower at the gym, they have a place to change, they have a place to work out, and just just be in their own world.
Would this be something that you're referring to, like every private gym, or is this like
just specific gyms? I'm not saying the name of the gym yet, because we have to finalize everything. But
okay, yeah, that's fine.
But there's one in each near each college. There's like 15 minutes away from each college.
Okay, so they're convenient to the
convenient.
colleges. Yeah.
They're convenient. And a friend told me about it. And I said, that sounds like a good idea, but I'm busy right now. So and then he works there. He's like, well, let me introduce you to the owner. I was like, oh, okay, I guess.
Like, all right, let's do it then.
Let's do it. So they get 45% off memberships, free access to a friend, free access to the sauna or steam room, I think whatever the heck it's called. I prefer steam rooms. Free access to shower, everything. So to me, I think that was worth taking initiative for. And all we're gonna need now is it's a little bit more time. It should be done soon, and I would make a very important announcement about it if it does get passed.
Gotcha. Well, that's gonna be awesome, and I'm sure you have other projects that you're already thinking of, like for that position in itself.
Oh yeah, we've got scholarships in the works behind the scenes, and as well as free access to a library I can't say the name of yet, because we're still in the talking process, but students get to go for free, which is usually like $15-$20 a person, and they get access to the events that they have there, like private events, $60 per person. We're trying to set it up for students. We could bring 15 students from all 3 campuses to go for free and ask questions to the author or we'll say the celebrity who's going to be there speaking about a book signing.
Mm-hmm.
And so to me, that's something that I'm really looking forward to.
Nice. Do you have anything else that's going on right now?
No, not really. Just reviewing agendas,
Gotcha. And then going to school too.
going to school.
Yeah. Alejandro, do you have anything else that's going on?
That's the same for me.
Going to school
Getting
and
ready.
just doing all the commissioner stuff. Now, I know that we don't have that much time left because I think you had to be out of here at 1 and it's already 12:47. So
Maybe we could push it before. I can make it to the collection in like 15 minutes.
okay, yeah, because it's 12:47 right now.
We
So
can push it to what, like 1:05.
yeah, like a meeting to go to, or
Yeah, like a meeting.
okay. Well, there was one other thing that I wanted to talk
Commission
about.
stuff.
Yeah, commissioner stuff. Was Abel's War Room.
Oh gosh.
I did want to talk about that.
We're coming back, but we're gonna be collaborating with some pages. It wasn't it might be in Go Card. It never was coming back. Like I told myself, I'm done with Abel's War Room. It's deactivated.
For the fans, can you explain what even was Abel's War Room?
So Abel's War Room was Oh, wait, do I look at the camera or?
Yeah, take the camera. I mean, or
I'll just tell you guys. So Abel's War Room was a podcast / interviewing show that I started on, I think, late July of 2024, interviewing candidates because nobody else was doing it. So I was like, just take initiative and start interviewing candidates. It went pretty, I'd say not viral, but well, I guess I'd say viral. I mean, we got 13,000 views per interview on Facebook,
Not bad.
and then it kept getting higher and higher and higher, and so that's kind of what skyrocketed me to like kind of like a little local celebrity when it came to politics, and so we try to do more stuff with War Room, and that's how Arma was kind of born. My group that I say my group, it's like our group because I'm a co-founder. But what we did is we got a bunch of content creators and people starting off. Adriel from the Adriel Show before the Adriel Show got big. Rico, who was always big. Myself, who just ran War Room, and Mario, who works at a school and he's still involved. But we started off Arma as an idea for like giving back to the community, and if there was no War Room, there would be no Arma.
Mm-hmm.
And so what War Room did is it laid down the foundation to build credibility for myself.
Right.
And so a lot of people watched it and they loved the interviews. And then I went from interviewing politicians to interviewing artists like Young Quicks, and from interviewing artists to interviewing congressional candidates like Chris Espinoza and Mike Koslow, who are running. And we decided to bring back the channel. A lot of people texted me, "It's back up." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." And the sky is blue.
I was one of the guys. I was like, "Wait, what? He's doing it again?"
Yeah, it's like I'd say it's like I don't know how to explain it, but it was like kind of like felt weird just getting back into it again.
Right.
Since I haven't interviewed anybody in almost a year, it was kind of like Michael Jordan coming out of retirement, or Michael Jackson's "This Is It," like getting ready for his final concerts.
Right.
So it's like, okay, like I haven't done an interview since August, and it's already gonna be June. So let's see how this works. And it went pretty good. I mean, my first interview back went better than I expected. And a couple people hit me up. You hit me up as soon as the page went back. They're like,
Yeah.
"So you're doing War Room again?" I'm like, "Yep." And so we're slowly bringing her back. But I want to change it more to weekly announcements and stuff. And just talking and interviewing like regular people walking across the street and interviewing business owners and stuff. I think that's the thing that War Room's going to take the path.
Well, there's a guest right here. That would be a good person to get on there.
Commissioner interviews commissioner.
Commissioner interviews commissioner.
So yeah, I'm trying
Different departments.
Yep. So it won't be a conflict.
Yeah.
And so I think War Room actually helped me start my weekly announcements. It kind of got me less scared of the camera, which I was really camera shy when I started. But I think it went away. Like I'm not afraid of being in camera now, even though sometimes I get like kind of confused and stumble on my words. War Room really helped me out with that.
Yeah, I think it's a lot different when you have the camera. Like I've seen some of them, so you have the camera facing you, so like the camera is like facing the conversation. That's like you guys are side by side. Versus I'm always been a fan of like the side profile, and then eventually getting an actual angled profile. But that kind of like it's out of sight, out of mind, so you don't even think about it, so you don't get that like feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was gonna say, Alejandro, I want you to start a podcast. I feel like you could. You
could.
have the talking,
I have the experience.
and the capability, like just confidence wise, and then also how would you say, like the speech for it or the speaking capabilities for it?
Yeah. And we talked a while ago and he was like, you should, start an Instagram page for like, how I do it, but like do it for the CRC.
Mm-hmm.
And I did, I did it. Like I just made the account, but I haven't posted anything on it.
For a video.
I know.
Tell him.
He told me to just do it so I can call dibs on my name for my handle, and I was like, okay, I'll do it.
It's true, yeah.
And so I have it there. It's there. I'm still. I have to make a video for it.
I told you if you need any help, just let me know.
do. But for that one, I want to do like similar to what he's doing. I had more in mind to like give recaps of the CRC meetings because all the commission meetings are, well, every meeting except for some exceptions are open to the public.
Mm-hmm.
And we give a bunch of public information that is good for the public to hear, but I honestly don't know how many people do. I know we do record it and they go on YouTube sometimes, but I feel like there's a lot of information out there that like this the city would benefit from knowing.
Right.
And so that's what I wanted to do with the account, but I'm having some difficulties with it. We just had a meeting talking about like the safety of social media, so that kind of put like a halt in what I wanted to do, because I guess there's some rules that we have to follow, and like we kind of got scared of like, okay, we can't collab on Instagram because of the rules, but we got it cleared up.
I think we could collab.
We can, yeah.
we
Right.
can.
There's a
We're
rule
different.
that people within your commission, we can't like each other's social media posts.
Really? So
Because
like
it's-
someone else that was part of the CRC, right? CRC commissioners, that would be a conflict.
That's a conflict, but because he's Commissioner Abel is in a different, he's in a different commission. It's perfectly fine to do like to have collaborations, but it did still so we're not allowed to interact with each other on social media in like any.
That's so weird.
way,
I wonder
shape, or
why.
form. It's for the Brown Act. Basically, it's a rule that says that we're not allowed to discuss anything of any business about our commission in private. There's a rule that we have to follow about like if a certain number of us are going to discuss something related to the commission, there we have to have a supervisor representative, and has to be public. So that apparently that applies for social media as well. So let's say for my social media account that I have for the CRC, if I were to go on there and discuss what the big thing that I want to do is promote the multicultural festival that we're going to be holding, and if another commissioner were to see it and to like that post, it's a violation from my commission.
Right.
He's able to go in there and like whatever he wants on it, put a thumbs down emoji if he wants to, but
So you have to like it.
but if another one of the commissions on my commission were to do that, it would be a violation and we would get in trouble. And so that's something I'm trying to navigate on, like what can I do and what can't I do. But I do need to be more active on that. I need to start like being active on that account. But in terms of like a podcast, I mean, I don't know what I would be able to do. I don't want to copy. I think that's like great. I actually didn't even know you were doing that. That's amazing. That's really cool. But for me, it's like, I honestly don't know what I would do with a podcast.
I mean, I feel like you have a lot of other connections too that you could probably start with a podcast, but at least with the commissioner's Instagram page, that actually is very smart because, like you said, a lot of the conversations are recorded and posted on YouTube, right? But how many people actually go and subscribe to whatever channel this? I'm guessing the city does that, right?
Yeah.
Separately. So if you were to provide clips of it or just general information, it would be open more to younger crowds because who's on social media more? The younger generation. So it would make sense that it's actually perfect for you to start doing that, kind of like the way that you've been doing it.
Well, he's the one who influenced me to do it. He was like, I do it, and like, you should do it too.
Well, there you go.
Kind of forced it on him. Was like, like you should do it. yeah, maybe. It's like, no, make the Instagram account right now.
Where were we? We were in the annex.
Yeah, we were at the
Make
annex.
it right now.
You're like, do it right now,
Yeah, and then,
Alejandro Commissioner.
and then as soon as he left, I texted him like 10 minutes later. Hey, did you make the account yet?
I forgot what my handle was. I forgot what name.
What is the handle? What is it as we close up? What's your guys' handles and the handle for Abel's War Room as well? That way we could promote it a little bit for all the fans.
I think you just said it. I think it is.
Is it just Abel's War Room?
Yeah, Abel's War Room.
Okay.
ABELSWARROOM.
There you go, everybody. Go check him out, Abel's War Room, and then also check out what's your other IG?
The personal one.
Well, it doesn't have to be the personal one. Well, you have like 4 of them. That's why I'm like,
Yeah. So my business / personal, just my name, ABELVELASQUEZLL. So Abel Velasquez too.
okay, there you go.
It's a long name.
Yeah, you're not doing another IG for the trustees, are you?
Oh yeah, that one.
Oh, you're doing one
one
too?
too, right? Yeah, I follow it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's VCCD.studenttrustee.
There you go. Go check him out, and then Alejandro.
My commissioner one is just my shorter name. It's ALEJ_M_Castro. CASTRO.
There you go. Everybody go follow them. Go check them out. They're some of the youngest people that I know, but some of the most intelligent people that I know, and they are doing great work. A lot of the work that you guys are doing, I find it very inspirational. I feel like I'm lacking in certain areas in my life just because of the work that you guys are doing. But I like having you guys on the podcast. I hope you guys will come back to the podcast and we can do like a checkpoint further down the line, and maybe you'll be a full year in your commissioner
He'll be the mayor
term.
by the next month.
Yeah, by then he'll be. I told him the first episode, I was like, I see it already. Like, you're gonna be the mayor.
I watched it. That's actually, it's funny because you released your first podcast you did with him, and like the week after I met him, and I was like, that's so cool. Like, that's when you invited me out to coffee.
Yeah. I'm really big about meeting people first before I actually like give them advice and stuff. And then I saw a lot of a potential in him. And I told your uncle, I was like, Adam, your nephew. He's like, yeah, like this guy's got a lot of potential. He sounds like you too.
I actually don't know. Did my uncle tell you about me, or you just said I knew about you, and I was like, he's like Darth Vader. He just knows everything.
I've known about you.
Yeah, so
since day one.
so I was talking with your uncle one day, and I was like, yeah, like we need younger people on the commission. He's like, well, my nephew Alejandro, he wants to apply to become a commissioner. I was like, okay, like Parks and Rec. He's like, you could try to convince him. I'm like,
He tried poaching me.
I did. I was like, you got to join Parks and Rec. Like, it's good. And then he said CRC, and I was like,
I guess.
I guess.
As long as you're in there, it doesn't matter.
As long as you're in there. As long as we have young blood in there.
But at least now you guys can collaborate with each other, knowing that you guys are in different departments and you guys aren't breaking any rules.
Honestly, now, like looking back on it, it probably is better that we went
separate ways. Because now, I mean, this would have probably been a violation or something.
No, it would. I think.
Oh, would it?
No, I think it wouldn't, because it would have to be a majority or a voting amount. So as long as there's not 3 of us here, it should be fine.
Okay, so I just have to get someone from like agricultural and do another episode.
I mean,
Or like, what was the other
I
ones?
could ask one of the senior commissioners. She'll be down too to do this.
Let's do it. Alejandro, are you down?
I'm down.
I'll have 3 commissioners on the
I'll be
podcast.
on time this time.
Alrighty, well let's wrap this one up, guys.
All right.
Bye, everybody.